Hey everybody, would you join me in the Gospel of John chapter 15? We last left Jesus and his disciples hearing Jesus say, "Rise, let us go from here." Where was here? Well, we have watched as Jesus made his triumphal entry into the city of Jerusalem. He has observed the Passover with his disciples in an upper room. Last Sunday, we watched him take the form of a lowly servant, washing the disciples' feet, giving them a new commandment that they would love one another even as he had loved him. John 14 ended, "Rise, let us go from here." And over the next couple of chapters, what we're hearing is Jesus with his disciples leaving Jerusalem, going just outside of the city walls, across the Kidron Valley to the Garden of Gethsemane, where, of course, eventually he will be betrayed by Judas, arrested by the Jewish authorities, and brought back into the city. For now, in John chapter 15, we are hearing some of his last words to his closest followers. What's on his mind? What is in his heart? Well, John chapter 15, verse 1, we've got another one of these beautiful I am statements of Jesus. They've been all over John's gospel as we've heard Jesus say, "I am the living bread. I am the light of the world. I am the door. I am the good shepherd. I am the resurrection and the life." Last Sunday morning in John 14, we heard him say, "I am the way, the truth, and the life." Why should we believe him? What proof has he offered? Well, a lot of it revolves around John chapter 8, verse 58, where he said, "And he has proven in so many different ways, before Abraham was, I am." Here, our most recent one, John 15, verse 1, "I am the true vine, and my Father is the vine dresser. Every branch in me that does not bear fruit, he, the Father, takes away. And every branch that does bear fruit, he prunes that it may bear more fruit. Already you are clean because of the word that I have spoken to you. Abide in me, and I in you. As the branch cannot bear fruit by itself unless it abides in the vine, neither can you unless you abide in me." These words are so important. What did Jesus mean describing himself as the true vine, as the Father as the vine dresser? What does he mean when he says, "I am the vine, you are the branches"? We'll dig into that together as a class to make sure we understand. For now, let's keep listening. "Whoever abides in me and I in him, he it is that bears much fruit. For apart from me, you can do nothing. If anyone does not abide in me, he is thrown away like a branch and withers, and the branches are gathered, thrown into the fire, and burned. If you abide in me, and my words abide in you, ask whatever you wish, and it will be done for you. By this my Father is glorified, that you bear much fruit, and so prove to be my disciples. As the Father has loved me, so have I loved you. Abide in my love. If you keep my commandments, you will abide in my love, just as I have kept my Father's commandments and abide in his love. These things I have spoken to you, that my joy may be in you and that your joy may be full. Remember, he is making his way with them to the Garden of Gethsemane. He reminds them of that new commandment he gave in John 13 in the upper room. Love as I have loved you. Listen to him in verse 12. What's on his mind? What's in his heart? What does he want to make sure his disciples don't forget? This is my commandment, that you love one another as I have loved you. Greater love has no one than this, that someone lay down his life for his friends. You are my friends if you do what I command you. No longer do I call you servants, for the servant does not know what his master is doing, but I have called you friends. For all that I have heard from my Father, I have made known to you. You did not choose me, but I chose you and appointed you that you should go and bear fruit, and that your fruit should abide, so that whatever you ask the Father in my name, he may give it to you. These things I command you, so that you will love one another. But then he starts to warn them. It's not going to be easy. Verse 18, if the world hates you, know that it has hated me before it hated you. If you were of the world would love you as its own. But because you are not of the world, but I chose you out of the world, therefore the world hates you. Remember the word that I said to you. A servant is not greater than his master. If they persecuted me, they will also persecute you. If they kept my word, they will also keep yours. But all these things they will do to you on account of my name, because they do not know him who sent me. If I had not come and spoken to them, they would not have been guilty of sin. But now, those who are ignoring Jesus, they have no excuse for their sin. Whoever hates me hates my Father also. If I had not done among them the works that no one else did, they would not be guilty of sin. But now, after all of the works, after all of those signs, they have seen and hated both me and my Father. But the word that is written in their law must be fulfilled. They hated me without a cause. It's going to be tough, even for these followers of Jesus. Help is on the way. Look at verse 26. But when the Helper comes, whom I will send to you from the Father, the Spirit of truth, who proceeds from the Father, he will bear witness about me. And you also will bear witness, because you have been with me from the beginning. We're going to pause right there before we go into John 16. Jesus continues, but for now, he's given us a lot to think about and discuss together. Thanks so much for being in class. Hope you have a great rest of your class and a great start to this new week.